Muhyiddin Yassin has demanded an apology from Anwar Ibrahim. This is over Anwar's claim that he backed fuel subsidies for foreigners. Meanwhile, a past leader accused the Prime Minister of abusing his power with his directive to MCMC to investigate the matter. UMNO's Jamal Yunus has bid a not-so-tearful goodbye to Kir Toyo, who left UMNO for Bersatu. Stay tuned for more. Pagoh MP Muhyiddin Yassin has demanded that Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim apologise and retract claims he had allegedly supported retaining RON 95 fuel subsidies for foreigners. He said this in the Dewan Rakyat today.
Jadi mungkin dah berlaku kesilapan. Jadi agak susah bagi Perdana Menteri yang kata, Muhyiddin, aku sorry lah, salah. Dia boleh cakap begitu je, okey. Jadi saya cuma nak minta satu perkara daripada Harapan-Tambun dengan izin speaker. Mohon maaf. Tarik baliklah kenyataan. Saya ini rela. Saya akan terima maafnya sekarang juga. Jadi itu saja yang saya nak sebutkan. Tapi saya nak beritahu kalau yang Harapan-Tambun tak minta maaf, saya akan bawa perkara ini kepada Yang Berhormat Speaker di bawah Jabatan Kuasa Hak dan Kebebasan Dewan. Terima kasih dan terima kasih.
Muhyiddin also reiterated that he had never said the statement as claimed by Anwar. He stressed that parliamentary immunity does not spare a person from the sin of slander.
Dan saya telah tegaskan Tazian Ketua bahawa kenyataan tersebut adalah tidak benar sama sekali. Saya ulang, tidak benar sama sekali. Carilah di mana-mana dalam dunia cyber, tidak akan ada kenyataan yang saya buat sebegitu. Bermakna apa yang telah pun disebutkan oleh Tambun nyata suatu fitnah.
Ya, Muhammad Tambun.
Pagoh. Kalau di Dewan ini pun kata dia ada imuniti, Presiden Tua, Allah SWT tak ada beri imuniti.
Ya,
Pagoh, laluan. Di sini fitnah hukumnya haram. Dalam Dewan pun haram, di luar Dewan pun sama-sama haram.
Pagoh.
Yesterday, Anwar had ordered MCMC to investigate whether Muhyiddin had made any statements supporting foreigners' right to subsidized fuel after the PN chairperson's initial denial of his statement in the Dewan Rakyat on Tuesday during the Prime Minister's question time. Past Information Chief Ahmad Fadhli Shaari also commented on the matter. He accused Anwar of abuse of power. This was over his order to MCMC to investigate the matter. In a post on Facebook, he said it is political interference in an enforcement body that should act independently. Fadhli added that Muhyiddin's denial contained no elements of threats, insults, or improper communication that could be prosecuted under Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act 1998. He pointed out that this section only applies to obscene, false, or harassing content, not denial of political statements made in Parliament. Fadhli also cited Section 4(2) of the MCMC Act, which says the Commission must act independently and is not subject to direction from any party except where clearly stated in law. He said Anwar's order to the MCMC is improper and contrary to the spirit of institutional independence. Fadhli stated that this could constitute abuse of office and it could fall under Section 23 of the MACC Act, which criminalizes using public office for personal or political gain. Fadhli added that the directive also potentially infringes upon Muhyiddin's constitutional right to free speech under Article 10(1)(a) of the Constitution. With this, he urged MACC to investigate Anwar for possible abuse of power and suggested for a parliamentary committee or the PAC to summon both the MCMC and the PM's office to explain the directive on Muhyiddin. Sungai Besar UMNO Division Chief Jamal Yunus is not fazed with former Selangor Menteri Besar Kir Toyo leaving the party to join Bersatu. He thanked Bersatu for opening their doors for this broom guy. In a post on Facebook, he said Kir's departure means that a thorn has been removed from Sungai Besar UMNO. Jamal said this in response to a statement by Kir, who defended his move to join Bersatu. Among others, Kir had said that UMNO is no longer a dominant party in the government. Kir once served as Sungai Panjang Assemblyman and was a former Sungai Besar UMNO Division Chief. Meanwhile, UMNO Supreme Council member Puan Zarkashi said the party has nothing to lose with Kir's exit. He said people still remember the infamous broom incident from 2007 when Kir humiliated a district council officer by awarding him a broom. Puat claimed that this was one of the reasons that UMNO lost power in Selangor. He also claimed Kir's reason for leaving UMNO was due to frustration over being dropped as a candidate in the 15th general election. DAP advisor Lim Guan Eng's lawyers have hit out at recent media reports alleging that a key prosecution witness in his ongoing graft trial had been assaulted. In a statement by Messrs. Haijan Omar & Co., they said they regret the premature and misleading nature of the reports, which had irresponsibly linked the incident to the ongoing trial. They added that the insinuation of any links, which was echoed by remarks from lead prosecutor Wan Jaharuddin Wan Ladin, is baseless, unfair and prejudicial. The lawyers cited Wan Jaharuddin's statement that he was waiting on instructions from the MACC on whether to place the witness under protection. In response, they said while they acknowledged the prosecution's consideration of protective measures, such steps must be based on genuine safety concerns. They stressed that it shouldn't be based on speculative assumptions that unfairly associate their client with the incident. They said that such speculations, whether by the media or the prosecution, undermines the integrity of the judicial process and causes unwarranted reputational harm to their client. Lim's lawyers also pointed out that Petaling Jaya District Police Chief Shahrul Nizam Jafar confirmed that the incident was a clear-cut robbery and that there was no witness tampering. They said this showed that it was unlikely that Wan Jaharuddin had consulted the police on their investigation before making his statement. They stated that they would raise a complaint at the next trial date on August 19th. 3 teenagers who are believed to be involved with a viral video giving leftovers to a homeless man were questioned yesterday. Seremban police said the 3, aged 14, 18 and 19, allegedly committed the act in areas around the district. Seremban Police Chief Muhammad Hatta Cheddin said the teenagers were brought from Johor to be remanded for statement recording on Tuesday and were released the same day on police bail. According to Bernama, he said the case is being investigated under Section 504 of the Penal Code, Section 14 of the Minor Offences Act 1955, and Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act 1998. Previously, the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission had questioned the trio, who are believed to be social media influencers. MCMC said they had launched an investigation into the viral video and condemned the act as exploitative and deeply unethical. It confirmed that the case is being probed under existing legal provisions, with firm action promised against those found guilty. MCMC also reminded netizens not to upload or circulate provocative content that could lead to public distress and encourage unethical behavior. The questioning was carried out at the Iskandar Puteri Police District Headquarters in Johor, and 3 mobile phones and SIM cards were confiscated to facilitate investigations. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe. Malaysia has condemned the Israeli Zionist regime's latest decision to launch a full military takeover of Gaza. In a statement yesterday, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that the move signals a clear intention by the regime to permanently occupy Palestinian lands. It described the act as a blatant violation of international law and a disregard for the principles of basic human rights and justice. With over 90% of Gaza's population forcibly displaced after 22 months of devastating bombings and siege, the ministry said that the move is intended to put an end to the two-state solution. It warned that allowing Israel to continue could jeopardize the peace process and deprive the Palestinian people of their right to self-determination. The ministry urged the international community to take urgent and concrete actions towards recognizing the state of Palestine based on the pre-1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital, as well as its admission as a member of the United Nations. It also called on the establishment of a permanent ceasefire, the full withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza, and the immediate lifting of all blockades that restrict humanitarian access and delivery of aid into Gaza. UMNO Youth Chief Dr. Ahmad Saleh had received criticism after he crudely hit out at DAP youth for their comments against him over the upside-down flag at a Chinese school in Port Dickson, Negeri Sembilan recently. In a post on Facebook, Akmal had shared a screenshot of an article on the matter and said to give these people a mirror and an OKU card too. One of those who responded to Akmal was Zaid Ibrahim, who slammed the remarks as being deeply offensive. We carried out a poll yesterday to find out what the public thought of the matter. Here are the results. 58% said that it offends the disabled community and is inappropriate and insensitive. Meanwhile, 32% said it was just banter and shouldn't be blown out of proportion. Several voters who commented did not see any issue with the remarks, with one voter saying that he was a person with disability and was not offended by it as well. 7% said that it depends on the intention. What are your thoughts on this? Share your views in the comment section below. Before we go, let's take a look at some of the other headlines from today. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.